Before we start this week's episode, I want to do something Kevin forgot to do a month ago. It was my birthday a month ago. Kevin forgot.
Sorry.
But unlike him, I don't forget birthdays. So this week, I want to wish a happy birthday to my mom, Nancy Hodge. Oh, Kevin, no, I don't. I did not forget. I also want to wish a happy birthday to Justin Bieber. When I walked into work on a Tuesday, my supervisor's like, how you feeling? I'm like, well, it's spring, so I'm going to get sick like 10 more times probably.
I just will randomly be sitting there, and then my nose will just turn into a faucet, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I've been inside this whole time, too.
Nope. It's a ghost.
It makes no sense.
The ghost of illness past. You know, the best Charles Dickens
Just trying to
story.
figure out what evolutionary trait decided every spring, fuck you. Like, why did that survive the evolutionary journey?
Yeah, right?
Just every spring, fuck you.
Humans are not meant to live in the Midwest.
Most falls, also fuck you.
Exactly. Well, I remember spring, what was it, spring of 2014 or 15, I can't remember. I could not breathe from like the start of spring until the start of summer, so I did not get to run the entire spring. And when summer rolled around, I was just like, it was the worst.
I don't need it. I don't need it.
I need it. Yeah. Anyway, on that note. Hello, welcome to the Hodge Podcast, the official podcast of CountryHodgepodge.com. I'm your host, Steve Hodge, and joining me, as always, is my co-host, cousin, and lover, Kevin Hodge.
Oh, hello.
Today, we are going to talk about a concert at Coondog Motel, the ACM Award nominees, and then we're going to talk about American Aquarium and their best songs, and BJ Barham and how he's awesome and whatnot.
Barham.
But yeah, we could first start off with you can talk about the concert that I so lovingly got to miss because of my other job is signing me to work on Friday night.
Bitch. So saw Robert Ellis and Adriel Denae.
So jealous.
And it was really interesting because it was just the two of them, and they kind of played a hybrid, like it was a hybrid set where they would alternate like singing songs, but they would both sit on the stage most of the time. They took, they alternated a couple times, like going off stage. Like, they took like a piss break or something. Just kind of like, like that. But he played guitar and she played piano, except for when he played California, he did it by himself and he played piano, and it was amazing.
Nice.
And they're just really, really good.
Yeah, didn't you say they opened with Drive-In?
Yeah, he opened with Drive-In by himself,
My favorite song.
He plays that whole guitar riff by himself, and it's really impressive. Yeah, it was amazing. And then Adriel Denae just had a beautiful voice. She kind of reminded me of like Norah Jones kind of feel. If you've ever listened to her, like, it's kind of like the calm.
I heard her in playing Ted.
Yeah, that one. Yes, but like kind of like that soft kind of calm.
Yeah, I heard. I listened to
like
the one duet CD
angry.
she has on Spotify, and she's really.
Yeah, she's got a great
good.
voice. Yeah, so it was a good time, and Steve didn't get to go.
Yeah, I just remember I was texting you. I don't remember. I think I just texted you like, "This is the easiest fucking job ever," or something like that.
Yep.
And then you're like, "Yeah," and Robert Ellis is playing this. I was like, "Fuck! I'm right here at a concert tonight. I'm suffering cleaning theaters, and you're at a fucking I need to quit.
Yep.
I need to quit this job." But after a couple paychecks,
I quit.
Yeah, exactly. But if you haven't listened to Robert Ellis or Adriel,
Or that one.
I'm tired. Adrian Denae. Listen.
Adrian Wojnarowski, the ESPN reporter.
Oh, ESPN, so unbiased. Anyway, yeah, listen to them. They're great. But what's not so great is the ACM Awards announced their nominees again, and it's once again just...
Yeah, it's like I'm looking at them right now, and...
Chris Stapleton's going to sweep just because the ACMs have to pretend
it's
I love
just it's Stapleton as the like. Here's the one guy that will nominate for everything, everything every year, because no one will be upset about it because he's great.
Yeah, because you can't complain. This is all bro. Because
like that's their one buffer of like we're not all pop country, country.
We may love Thomas Rhett and Kane Brown, but hey, we also love Stapleton.
Exactly. It's just oh my god. But the shit that blows my mind is. I get to reopen my complaint about Eric Church not being up for Entertainer of the Year despite his, solo tour continuing, playing all these shows by himself, doing
despite
everything.
Yeah, despite your opinion on Eric Church, because I know a lot of people don't like Eric Church, but he tours. He had a tour by himself, no opener, where he would play for 3 hours. And in country music, where he actually is respected in the mainstream, how is he not up for Entertainer?
Yeah, and it's Entertainer of the Year. It's not even. It's just a broad category.
Not even like best singer or
and
artist.
Also with that. No women were nominated for that, and I don't remember the last time one was.
I'm sure they.
I feel like Miranda Lambert might
Carrie
have.
Underwood a
Yeah,
bone
I feel like they might have, but like it's just another one of those things. Because the other thing that was striking was the new female vocalist category. Only category to only have 4 nominations.
Yeah, they couldn't find. Yeah,
they couldn't find.
Because even saving country music, like you couldn't find anyone else like
just. It's
anyone.
just so obvious
Ashley
that
McBride.
Oh no! It's just so obvious that their head is so far up their ass that one, they didn't realize how shitty that's going to look, regardless of their reasons for doing it.
Because there were 5 male.
Yeah, regardless
2 of which were also nominated for it last year.
Yeah, yeah. Well, then that brings up the other question. So beyond how shitty this looks of them only having 4 women in that category, when it's obvious that you could put you could just put 5 great women that are actually good in there just to start with. I mean, I guess I don't know who was in there. I don't know if I hate any of them.
Well, Carly Pierce
is
in there.
Yeah. But like, so regardless of just the 4 that are in there, they didn't put 5. Why? That's fucked up. 2, the what's it called? Single of the Year, Song of the Year, Song of the Year. Whiskey and You by Chris Stapleton is in that category.
2015.
It's from 2015. What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't get what they're doing. It's so stupid.
It would appear that they have absolutely no plan, and because like this is what I would imagine nominees looking like if the labels were in charge of everything, and they just got to do whatever the hell they wanted and plug who they wanted to, and they're just like, okay, we're just going to start counting all the bribes that we got. And these are the people we're going to put in there. Like it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I completely understand Luke Combs and Carly Pierce because they both had #1 singles last year that they were relative no ones before that. Well, in the mainstream they were no ones before that because Carly Pierce was only known for she played the Opry a lot, but she was only known for Josh Abbott.
Yeah.
So having her come into the mainstream, she deserves new artist. Luke Combs are the same, but Kane Brown, he's however many years old. Brett Young is however many years old. It's just so...
Yeah, and so then just continuing the weirdness, Vocal Duo of the Year includes Tim McGraw and Faith Hill as a duo.
Yeah, just because they had a duo album. They're not a... Yeah,
they're not a duo. They're just... Like, I swear it's just like, well, we don't have enough duos. There we go. Here's another one. Like, it's absurdity just across the board.
Because there's not artists like, let's see, Leaving Thomas, Wade Bowen, and Randy Rogers fucking do an album if that's all it qualifies.
I know, but I don't understand how they made these choices, and it's just dumb. And then it all once again it has boiled down to I just have to root for Stapleton to win everything because that's the only way that I can come out of this and not be pissed off at the world.
Yeah,
Which it shouldn't even be the case anymore. Like I love Stapleton. His music's fantastic. I want him to win awards, but he's for sure just the token guy now.
Yeah, but
I saw someone tweet about that today, and I was like, it's so correct.
Like, it shouldn't just be sitting there being like fucking Bama versus D3 schools and just being like, well, Bama deserves to win it because they're the best, obviously, out of all those schools, but It's so dumb that you have to go between, all right, this monster powerhouse or these turds that
I don't get their thought process, because that's the other thing that's always confused me when someone likes, you know, the stuff that in my opinion is garbage. When someone likes that kind of music but also likes the music I don't think is garbage, my brain can't comprehend how you can go from point A to point B. Like, how does that even work? Like, I understand that it doesn't make sense, because me being a person who listened to dubstep, like, it doesn't make any sense, right? Shouldn't listen.
It does not make sense.
It does not make sense. But there's people out there that are like, oh yeah, I love Stapleton. I also love this piece of garbage. I'm going to nominate both of them, and it makes perfect sense that they're in the same
but
category.
then again,
like, what are we doing right now?
It's not like you're at a party being like, oh, now that cinema's over, let's throw on whiskey.
It doesn't make sense together, exactly. And I'm just like, how does your brain go through that?
Well,
to
it's
make
like how
make this category include all of these things.
Well, it's like how From A Room Volume 1, or Volume 1, I believe is the one that's nominated, is nominated for Album of the Year next to Life Changes by Thomas Rhett.
Oh my God. The fact
Thomas Rhett, which has a
was
genuine
up for a Grammy. Oh boy.
Which an album that has a genuine EDM song.
Yeah.
It is I hate life.
It just doesn't, because I feel like it's at a certain point, like, people aren't so dumb that they're not self-aware enough to look at this and be like, this is nonsense. Yeah. You know, like, there's really high up people in these music companies that look at this and they realize it's ridiculous. Like, they have to.
Yeah, and it's also kind of like, it's on a different kind of note, but the Scotty McCreery song going #1, which is still a song I haven't heard yet. I don't.
Oh, it's fine.
I'm sure it is, because I've never had a problem with Scotty McCreery.
He's got a great voice.
But yeah, he's a fantastic voice, and he has I can't remember one, like "Forget to Forget You" or something is a song he has, which is really good. But
sure.
His song went #1, and there was an article from Saving Country Music, which if you're first time listening, we refer to that website a lot because Trigger's really smart. But
even if you don't agree with what his opinion is, I feel like
his article writing
he
really
writes
good.
He writes out his
why
he feels.
He was talking about how the radio doesn't know what they're doing, because after he won American Idol, obviously he had a big fan base, and so they signed him to a deal, and after his songs kind of stalled and didn't do very well, they dumped him from his label, and all of a sudden his career was pretty much over. And it's just like, you guys give up on this guy. He has such a huge following from American Idol. Could you imagine them giving up on Carrie Underwood after having a bomb or something? It's so dumb. And then now he has a #1 hit on a different label, and it's like, you guys don't know what you're doing down there.
Well, and it's clear that they're focused on the wrong things, because you look at that guy and you just listen to his voice, you'd be like, all right, we can make.
Yeah, he's an amazing.
We can make this work.
He seems like a really nice. I follow him on Instagram and stuff. He seems like a nice person. His fiance's super hot. And
Sounds about right.
But he seems like a genuine person, and his voice is amazing. Like, he auditioned for American Idol singing a Josh Turner song because his voice is that good.
Yeah.
And
he actually did it.
He's great. So.
Shit blows my mind.
It's just another week, another us saying Nashville has no idea what the fuck they're doing, because they don't.
Old man yells at cloud.
Still one of my favorite Simpsons stills. But anyway, this week we wanted to talk about American Aquarium, who we saw down at Medicine Stone last year, and hopefully they'll be there again this year so we can see them again, because BJ Barham and American Aquarium we're going to be talking about them both a little bit, because yes, we will be talking about BJ Barham's solo album, because it's also very good. When I was actually listening through all their music again for this, I didn't realize. I mean, I knew it because I knew a bunch of their songs, but his solo album is a lot more country than American Aquarium music is.
Yeah,
American Aquarium is very southern rock type music. There's a lot of country songs in it, like ones we'll be talking about, but from start to finish, I can't think of what's it called, Rockingham, or his solo album. I'm blanking on it right now. But that is like a start to finish country album, while the rest is kind of Whiskey Myers-ish, not as heavy, but it's like rock mixed with country.
Yeah, and that's what I've always felt, is that they're basically like a roots rock.
Yeah.
It's got that sound where it's got very heavy country influences, but just kind of that roots rock, jam, Americana type thing, which is good. I like it.
Yeah.
But I was also really late to the American Aquarium party.
Yeah.
Because it's just his voice isn't the greatest. It works, and when you listen to a lot of their songs, like, and you can just feel the emotion. Like, I have no problem with the fact that he can't sing as well as, like, Chris Stapleton. You know?
We're definitely not saying it's bad. It's just not, like, it's not as polished as so many artists.
Exactly.
Out there.
And so I at first listened to a handful of songs, was kind of like, and like I didn't really come back to it. And then in preparation for going down to Medicine Stone, I think that's when I really started listening.
Because I remember I had, when Wolves came out,
because I know, you told me about him.
I told you about him because I remember I sent you at least Losing Side of 25 because I was like, I love this song. And then, that's when I first heard him because I saw the album cover, which is fantastic. It
is amazing.
So actually, before we want to even get into their songs, I really quickly wanted to say, obviously this is bad, radio, but
great radio.
We were going to talk about their album covers because we don't have to go into detail of each one because obviously you're listening to a thing. Every album cover they have is awesome.
Yeah, like, I really appreciate, and I wrote an article on our site,
which you still need to do part 2.
I still need to do part 2. Yeah, just kind of talking about why I love album art that's not just the person's face, or just the band's.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
It's just better when it's not.
Yeah, it's just I feel like I don't know. I really dig a good album art. Like I just feel like that's another area where you can express yourself.
Yeah, I think I said
on
this,
top of the music.
I think I've said this on the podcast before, maybe not, but the cover of The Given by Wade Bowen was the reason I started listening to Wade Bowen, because I saw it on iTunes however many years ago when it first came out, and I saw the cover and I was like, that's just a really cool album cover, even though it's just him standing on a truck in a field, but it's like this black and white, really cool looking album, and that is why I listened to Wade Bowen, and then I fell in love with his music, and so just cool album artwork gets listeners.
And I feel like it's just one other area that you get to express yourself. And if the only thing you want to express is, I own a flannel shirt, then you know what? Go ahead and do it.
Look at me sitting on this porch in my cowboy hat and flannel shirt holding a guitar.
I just really enjoy just a well-done album.
Yeah, but we definitely wanted to say the best album cover is Wolves.
Wolves is amazing.
It's just this, it's so cool. It just looks like it's painted on a wood wall, and it's just awesome.
Yep.
Then it's a tie between Burn, Flicker, and Die, and Dances for the Lonely for a second, because those are both so really cool. And then obviously Antique Hearts is great, and it's just, that was cool just because it's like the blue vase looking heart, and, glass heart, whatever. But it's all great.
Look at all of them; they're great.
Yeah, it's just and listen to their music. But hold on, but yeah, we could get into the songs, I guess.
Let's do it.
Because I was going to say we could talk about BJ Barham and all that stuff, but we can do it while we're talking about the songs, because all the songs are going to touch on.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing I love is, just like Evan Felker, just like Stapleton or other artists that we talk about that are amazing writers, BJ Barham is an amazing songwriter.
Yeah.
Like, his songwriting is so great. And we were actually listening to the music video for Man I'm Supposed to Be, and before it he talks about, or was it Man I'm Supposed to Be? Yeah, no.
I thought that was Family Problems.
Family Problems, that's it. He was talking about how he likes depressing songs. He doesn't need to hear happy songs. He likes hearing people express themselves in their music.
The things that people don't want to talk about with each other.
Yeah, and that's the thing that we've said so many times on this podcast, is the sad songs are the best songs because they come from the heart. They're the most personal songs.
Yep.
Like, I don't need you to tell me how drunk you got last Friday on a truck.
But let me tell you.
Yeah. And how hot that girl in her cutoff jeans chugging Fireball was.
Painted on.
Like Susie Savage. That's a great story for another time. Maybe we'll save that story for St. Paddy's Day.
Yeah.
But it's just like he just hits the nail on the head of just like, no, music is meant to be. It talks about pain. It talks about things that people don't want to talk about, and it's just amazing music. I might even put the clip of him talking in
AKA sad songs are the best songs.
Yes, exactly.
Like we've been saying.
But yeah, so we can just hop into the top 10 then.
Let's do it.
So number 10 is I'm Sorry I Ruined Everything.
And you said that I ruined everything tonight. You said that I ruined everything. Well, I'm sorry I ruined your night. I'm sorry to ruin those years. I'm sorry to ruin everything.
If you can't tell from the name of the song,
It's uplifting.
it's the happiest song ever. It's the first, not the first track, or maybe I don't remember. It's from their first album at least, and it's 7 minutes long. But it's
It's 7 minutes long, but it's a full 2.5 before you
before he starts singing, really.
And it's not like a normal intro where I feel like it's like
it's like a piano intro that cuts to a song.
Yeah, but like when I think of an intro that's like long and just like I think of why can't I think of the Eric Church song? Devil Devil with whatever the fuck the intro is. Like it's an intro that is very clearly like an intro. This legitimately kind of sounds like at any moment they're going to start the song and then they just don't.
This wasn't on Kevin's Top 10. It was on mine. But pretty much the song, if you can't really get the hint, it's just a guy talking about how after the breakup, he's just like, well, I'm sorry that I fucked everything up. Like, I ruined everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I just really like it because it's kind of one of those... He has a lot of those songs that are kind of self-deprecating of just like... Where I know we've talked about this before, how a lot of country songs, they make it seem like I'm the good guy and you fucked up.
Crazy person. And
but
shit.
he has a lot of songs where it's just like, I know I have issues and I'm the one that messed this all up and
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry about that. And so this is one of those kind of songs and I really enjoy it. But number 9 is Burn, Flicker, Die.
A whiskey on the rocks and Adderall. A whiskey on the rocks and Adderall. We're no different than neon lights. We turn us up and stay up all night. We do what we can. We put up a fight. We burn too long. We flicker and die.
Or burn, dot, flicker, dot, die.
I remember the first time I saw this like album cover and like the way that it's written and everything, I assumed that it must be like mid-2000s punk rock music. Because with the title like that and having like the dots, I was like, this is certainly a guy who is just doing angsty punk rock.
But
It was not.
But actually, before we even get into the song itself, this is the titular track of the album Burn, Flicker, Die. And it was, I remember reading, I could get some of these facts wrong, so I apologize. But I do remember reading one of his Instagram posts. If you don't, follow him on Instagram, because he posts like, because if you don't know, BJ Barham is over 3.5-ish years sober. Mm-hmm. And so he posts a lot of really cool inspirational stuff on it. And I remember one of them was about Burn, Flicker, Die, and how when they put this album out, they were broke. Like, no one was buying their records. No one gave a crap who they were. And so they were set, like, the album was meant to be titled after their career, where they burned, flickered, and died. Like, no one gave a shit about them. They just let their career die, and they're all going to give up. But then this album ended up selling really well, and it came back, and obviously then Wolves came out, and now they have another one coming out later this year, and he has a solo album, yada, yada. But... yeah, so that album was supposed to be like their final, just kind of like, all right, this is us, we're done, this is what we're giving you, and then we're walking away. And so I really like that kind of meaning behind the album. But the song itself is more about, I mean, it is a little bit about their music.
I think that theme shines through to the song itself, but I think it's also just about, because with the line of like, we burn, it's like, what did we burn too bright and flicker and die?
Yeah.
And so like, I think that part of it is also more of just a self-destructive way of like the Icarus flying too close to the sun kind of idea too.
Yeah, and it's a great song, and it's a great album. But
and it is not punk rock.
Kevin is wrong.
Turns out.
Wrong.
Turns out. Who knew?
But number 8 is Family Problems.
And I was raised on like country music, and I was raised on soul music. My mother loved Stax and Motown, and my dad loved the outlaw movement. My dad loved Waylon and Merle and Willie, and there was no hidden message there. It was all fastballs down the middle. I'm going to say what I mean. And the same way goes for all those old soul songs. You know, they weren't hiding anything. It was "Baby, I Love You," like all those big, great songs. And I was raised on music that came from a very honest place. Like everybody, I've had really, really bad experiences and I've had really good experiences. It just so happens that I can't write about the good experiences. I'm really bad. You know, the Beatles wrote all the happy songs. You know, from here on out, for me, it's just I write a bunch of really depressing, sad songs about stuff. You know, it's one of those things where I don't want to hear about how happy people are, but I love hearing how sad people are. And my favorite songwriters are just depressing human beings, and it's what I write. You know, I'm happy. I've been married for almost a year. The band's doing well. I don't have much to complain about anymore, but I find that there is a lot more people relate to the sadder side of the human experience than they do the happy side. Even the happy people are smiling to hide something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, most of the people we know are going through some next level heavy shit, and it's, you know, people like hearing songs about the stuff that they can't talk about. You know, the wife leaving them, or the wife cheating on them, or the shitty job, or being in your mid-20s and having no idea what you want to do with your life. You know, people relate to those songs, and so I'm going to keep writing them.
This town's got a way of sucking you in, chewing you up, just to spit you back out again. I ain't getting any younger. Every day's an uphill battle, staring down the barrel of the choices that I made. So I hope you understand that I'm a broken man. But if you take my hand, I'll let you fix just what you can.
This is the one that we were talking about how he introed it with the...
Yeah. And
Actually, I'll probably right there is where I'll put the clip in for him talking about it. But
what a great clip.
yeah, that was great. Yeah, this song, it's...
I mean, I think it's just kind of about these like hereditary and not so much hereditary, but like
Genetic,
behavioral
yeah.
type things that are just kind of passed down, that just like keeping with the self-destructive nature of things.
Yeah, it's kind of coming from a broken home, because
Yeah.
I know there's the line of him saying, like, I'm like my mother's brother or whatever, and she calls me crying, saying, like, please stop doing, like, these destructive things.
Yeah, and so it's just this, I mean, kind of, like you said, broken home, and he's talking about how he's got these traits in him that he's obviously not proud of.
Yeah.
And it's not even that he wants to do these things, but they're just there.
Yeah, it's kind of the addictive
It's
personality thing, and obviously as a guy who's 3 years sober, obviously he had a quite
Yeah, and it's just, and with the idea of just kind of being surrounded by the negativity finally leaked into him kind of thing, too. Which is really an uplifting message.
Yeah, he's... I don't know if we have any happy songs on this list,
Nope.
actually.
Nope.
But yeah, anyway, number 7 is Betting Man.
They cut me deep like a lock blade knife. Yeah, they cut me to the bone. But you can only cut a man so deep, or he's gonna wash his head. I wash my hands of you and me. Well, I'd throw everything I had on you. But I ain't a betting man. God only knows I'm a betting man.
Wasn't this kind of?
It's a Kenny.
Happy
It's a
'cause he's
it's a
saying that
Kenny
I'm-
Rogers song.
Isn't this where he's just like, I bet it all on you, or like if I was a betting man, I don't remember what the line is.
No, it's it's the opening line of the song is "Why I drank myself asleep."
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like he says something that sounds uplifting?
I think you're thinking of the man I'm supposed to be.
That could be it.
Yeah, that's a happy song. No, this one is it is in a way of saying if I was a betting man, I'd throw everything on you. Like I would put it all on you. So it is in that way, but it's definitely a lot of like I've done like really bad shit. I go to bed drunk, I wake up and want to drink more and type that kind of, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of it's a breakup song, and so it's just like he'd throw everything on her, but it would be kind of like a losing fight because the opening verse is I drank myself to sleep and then I woke up with a stranger, but I thought of it as you and me and that kind of
Yep. Okay.
that kind of thing, and yeah, so it's definitely not a happy song.
So close.
But yeah, you're probably thinking of Man I'm Supposed to Be, which is the next song, number 6, The Man I'm Supposed to Be.
Nobody's ever called me a good man, and that's alright by me. Just as long as you call me your man, that's the only man I ever want to be.
This song, it's one of those, it's a good love song where it's this guy, he's like, I'm not the man, or I'm not going to solve the world's problems, I'm not going to be a superhero because that's not the man I'm supposed to be. The man I'm supposed to be is your man. Like,
yeah.
You being with you, that's the man I'm supposed to be. And
yep.
That kind of, and it's just, that's, so, all right, yes, we do have not all happy
baby
songs. Because, it's just a really good, love song, and I really enjoy it. That's why we put it on the list. And the other thing is, it's not only is that the man I'm supposed to be, it's the only man I want to be. Like, I don't need to be any of that stuff. All I want to be is yours. And so it's a really good love song. Mm-hmm. Number 5, Lonely Ain't Easy.
9 years of my life that I'll never get back. Ain't it funny how the good times never outweigh the bad? That diamond couldn't cut through all the problems we had. I was always gone, she was all alone. What chance did we have? 'Cause lonely ain't easy, lonely ain't kind, but lonely won't leave me. She's a good friend of mine.
Kevin, this one's on yours.
No. No.
What it is it's about how easy it is to be single.
Turns out, so easy. I feel like the headline of it, or the headline.
Yes, the headline of this newspaper that we were reading.
The title, lets you know it's being alone, and he's saying that it's not easy.
Yeah, it's just pretty much talking about how the girl walked out on him, and it's like, lonely's not easy, it's not kind, it's not leaving me alone, it's just...
Yeah, it's
whooping my ass. It's not an easy thing to feel.
And I don't know. My brain is broken on trying to
Kevin, just
say the words that I'm trying to say.
just because it's your birthday doesn't mean you get to check out of the
Later.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a great song. It's a sad song, and I feel like "Lonely Ain't Easy." That kind of sums it up.
Yeah.
He used a lot of words and descriptions to describe that idea.
Yeah.
Throughout the song.
Yes.
And I am tired.
It's been a long week. At least you don't still have to work 20 more hours this week.
Yeah.
Unlike me.
Yeah.
And it's Thursday.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this at another time. It is Thursday, and I have 20 more hours to go.
I certainly have never felt that before.
Yeah, well. you didn't also not bitch about it the whole time either.
Mm-hmm. Now you see? Now you see? Do you see now? Now
Nope.
you see?
I'm also making a lot less than you did doing that.
True. But I had to think the whole time, too.
Yeah. I don't like using my brain. I graduated college, so I wouldn't have to anymore.
It's that line from is it the Simpsons movie where it's just like, I came here to lead, not to read.
I know it's from The Simpsons. I don't remember if it's from.
Just like
Oh,
they,
yeah, no,
they
it
give
is
him
from
like
a movie.
3 plans, and he's
Yeah.
just like, describe them to me. I didn't. I'm here to lead, not to read.
Yeah, I forgot about that. What a great movie. Yeah, anyway. Number 4, Losing Side of 25.
Every night we're drinking in dive bars and dance halls. They're all at that age where they're all having babies and picking out the nursery color walls. They all ask me how I'm doing. I just smile and realize that although it was kind to me, my youth is all behind me. Now I'm on the losing side. The losing side of 25.
We put this song on here purely because it's Kevin's birthday and he's now on the losing side of 25.
Literally today,
Yeah.
I am now on the losing side.
But this song,
Damn it.
this was the first one that I heard by American Aquarium because, yeah, I am somewhat new to them. I've only been listening to them for a few years. But, I mean, actually, that's a lot of country with us now because we just, especially in this last year doing this podcast and everything, we've discovered so much new music.
We're going on 3 years, though, right? I would imagine.
For what?
Just because I'm thinking more of from
Just when we started
listening to like our world was expanded when we like really started using Spotify.
Probably, yeah,
So I think that was
2013, 2014.
Yeah,
maybe.
so like
it's been a little while.
5, 11, 19.
Well, I got Spotify.
26?
I got Spotify in 2012 because it was while I was still interning at the place. I remember the day I signed up for premium because my coworker told me to sign up for it.
I don't remember.
It was like 2013 or something. So it's been a while. But yeah, I don't know. But it was when we started using the Discover playlist, not even.
Well,
just the
yeah, and starting to really getting into the artists that I had never heard of at all.
Yeah. But yeah, Losing Side of 25, it's just this awesome song, kind of like how people are kind of telling him that he's wasting his life trying to do this band thing, and he's kind of wasting his years, and now he's still, as he's saying, acting, he's still living the life of a younger man. But he's on the losing side of 25.
Yeah.
Like he should be. Like his parents are saying, don't throw your life away. Go and get a job that pays. Like
Yeah,
we know you tried.
My
but
favorite part is that line right there where they're just like, "We're proud of you. We know that you tried, but just get a real job and give up on this thing."
And then after that, he just goes like, "No, I have a girl who loves me. I have these songs. Like that's all I need. I don't need to be a millionaire." He even says like, "I might never own me a home." Like he has all these lines of just like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna be this rich person probably, but I'm doing what I like, and that's what I'm going to keep doing." And so it's I guess it's somewhat sad because there's like,
it's not sad when you think about knowing now that he's actually succeeding.
Well, yeah, true.
But
yeah, now that
from
they
the
are
perspective
successful,
of him as in his early 30s and not doing well.
Yeah, actually, when I was looking through his Instagram earlier, I stumbled on a picture of him from I think he said it was 2010.
He used to have shaggy hair, and it did not look good.
Yeah, he's shaggier hair, and he was a little fatter because that's when he was drinking a lot. He said he's lost like a bunch of... I mean, you could tell he's lost skinnier.
He's real skinny.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight since he stopped drinking, so I guess I'll stop drinking.
Never!
Yeah. But the picture was him in front of the Alamo. I think it was 2010.
Did he remember it?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
He said it was the first time they played San Antonio, and the night before they played at some bar that he said only one person showed up to, and halfway they left because they thought they were a different band. They thought it was like American something, not American Aquarium. So like the person showed up, was like, oh, I don't like these, and then they left. And so they played a show to no one. And he said the next day he was so broke after that show because they didn't make any money that he wanted to go see the Alamo, but he couldn't afford to get in, so he just took a picture in front of it instead. And I was just like, damn, that's like deep. Like
that sucks.
Yeah, and then there was another one from a couple years ago where he said they were in St. Louis, and it was just a picture of him like dancing in front of the Ark, and it's just like we couldn't afford to get into the Ark, so instead we just got drunk and danced around it instead. And it's just like it's so crazy to think like that they had to go. I mean, obviously a lot of bands have to go through, being nobodies before they make it, but like just him showing that stuff of like all the addiction he had and all like the struggles they had to get through it. And so it's awesome that they're making it now. Because like shit, when they performed at Medicine Stone, everyone was going crazy listening to them.
Yeah. And I as it's one of those things where as much as it sucks for them to go through it, it really does lead to so much better music when someone has a really rough life that they can reflect upon and put into their songs.
Yeah.
So thank you for doing it for me.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's the first song I heard. I love that
but then
song.
Speaking of people going apeshit at Medicine Stone.
Oh yeah,
for number 3.
Yeah, number 3. I hope he breaks your heart.
So I hear you're with another man. Hell, I'm doing the best that I can. You fuck like a woman, but you love like a little girl. And I hope he breaks your heart. And I hope you cry all night. And I hope you feel the way I do
Just the amount of people and the volume of people screaming when it was the "I hope he breaks your
chorus,
heart" part, and he would flip the microphone around out to the crowd, and everyone would just go ape shit. Then he'd flip it back to him, and he'd sing some more. And he'd flip the microphone back out towards the crowd, and it was amazing because I liked this song, obviously loved this song before that moment, but then hearing it live, I was like, okay, no, I like this even more now.
So if you don't know, obviously we just heard the song, but the song itself is just like he's singing pretty much to a girl who dumped him for another guy, and so it's just like, well, I hope he fucks you over.
Yeah.
I hope he makes you feel how you made me feel. Like it's just kind of like Sympathy or Too Good to Call, like those kinds of songs, and it's just such a
like
great
I don't wish everything
yourself.
well for you. I don't wish you the best. I legitimately, because he ends it with, I hope you feel the way that I do right now. Just like, fuck you.
Yeah,
feel this pain.
Yeah, I love it. It's just a go screw yourself song. But what's not a good screw yourself song is number 2, Unfortunate Kind.
It was a good time, just a bad decision. We were all wrapped up with the best intentions. You were out of my league, and I was running out of time to string together words that were gonna make you mine. Ain't it funny how it all works out? Ain't it funny how it all works out? Ain't it funny how every now and then the unfortunate kind get lucky sometimes?
This song is from his
Serious bummer.
Yeah, this song is from his solo album, which for some reason I still can't think of what the fucking song the album's called. But it's amazing. This is obviously our number 2 favorite song. It's just this incredibly depressing story of a guy who asks out a girl who's way out of his league.
Yeah, Rockingham. Did you say Rockingham before?
I think I did, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. But there's a road that's Rockingham in Davenport, and I was just like, is it really the same name as that road?
Yeah.
And then that was stuck in my head, and I was like, is that really it?
I didn't realize it until I was listening through all the music again. There are 2 songs that I think only 2, on Rockingham that are from older albums, Water in the Well and Reedsville. Those are both on older albums, and they're both fantastic. I think I like them more actually on the Rockingham album because they're a little more country on it, and I really like that. But but Unfortunate Kind, it's just it's the story of this guy who falls for a girl who's way out of his league, and and even has the line like, your parents said we never see our first anniversary. Like, there's no way we're going to do this. But instead, they last 39 years. And then, of course, he gets to the depressing part of then you get sick, I lose you, and now I'm just haunted by the memory of you. And it's...
Because the thing that I love about the way that this song is crafted is, like, it's just like guitar and him singing for the most part anyway. But when it gets to the part where she gets sick and passes away, it's like... I feel like there's like pretty decent pauses where there's like not a lot of sound at all, and you're just sitting there like stuck with the words that he just said. And you're like, wow,
you can just hear the emotion in this song. Like we said, he's not the best singer, but so you can kind of hear him go off key a little sometimes when singing these songs, but it just kind of adds to the emotion of it's just tearing him up so much that he
sounds like a guy legitimately who's like going through this and is like at the bar that you're at singing it to you, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah. This song is... I learned how to play it the other day, and I was just like, this song is...
The song reminds me of Elephant by Jason Isbell.
Yeah. That's a fair comparison.
Comparisizing.
Epitome of hyperbole.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just... Yeah. But number 1 is a song we talked about in the Josh Turner... episode, so we'll just pause here and go back and listen to it. Welcome back. That was a great episode. Number 1 is Jacksonville.
Well, it's hard to stay inside when the bar calls your name, and pretty soon this hotel room is gonna drive me insane. So I'm gonna hit the streets tonight and make my way towards the neon lights and order a drink and a downtown dive till I forget my name. And if I make it out alive, I'll call, you know I will. If I can just survive one more night in Jacksonville.
This song is just... on the Josh Turner episode, as you all just heard, when you went back to listen to it, this was...
you better go back.
What the hell? You asked the question, which is better, Josh Turner's or American Aquarium's? I don't remember what we answered.
I think we answered this one, but it was a bit of a moment of thinking.
And after going and listening through this, I was just like, No, yeah, this is 100 times better. I mean, the Josh Turner one's a great love song.
Because it's a happy song. It can't win because it's a happy song.
But this song is just amazing. And when he played this at Medicine Stone, I lost my shit because I was like, this was a song, because as they're, famous in the South, in Texas or from Carolina, like they're in that kind of realm. I don't know. I never know what like singles are, because occasionally, you'll see the hot Texas country.
Oh yeah, I
someone
still
share
have
it,
no clue about.
And then you're like, oh, I didn't know that was a single. I didn't know that was on the radio. But so with Jacksonville, I never knew if this was like a B-side or a single or anything. And so when he played it, I was just like, oh hell yeah! Like I love this song. I even tweeted at him, I'm like, thanks for playing that song, and they liked it and retweeted it or whatever. But yeah, this is just this amazing song of a guy who's out on the road, and if he just survives like the crippling loneliness, like he talks about how like the cocaine wakes me up, the pills they bring me back down, like, and at the end of the night the drugs are the only ones that stick around. Like it's just this, it's like the telling the loneliness on the road of is battling an addiction and all that. And so it ends with kind of, if I make it out of this alive, I'm going to come back to you. Like if I just need to survive Jacksonville, like type thing. And it's kind of an uplifting song of like, he wants to make it back to his, significant other, but at the same time, it's just
other
like
than the preface of if I make it out alive.
Yeah, if it's just a struggling song. And that's the thing I love, because BJ Barham, with his firsthand experience of, alcohol addiction, is that these songs, you can just tell that he's put his heart and soul into these songs, and that they're just like, like Evan Felker's an amazing songwriter, like in terms of storytelling, but BJ Barham, I feel like he's just the best at expressing his own emotion.
Yeah, because I think about BJ Barham and I think about Travis Meadows, because Travis Meadows actually was on Dan Patrick's show apparently this morning.
Really?
I listened to the interview because apparently Dan Patrick met Jake Owen, and Jake Owen told him if he likes country music, he should listen to Travis Meadows.
Damn right, Jake Owen.
Thought that was badass. But hearing him
Jake Owen, you should have us on your podcast.
Yeah. But when he was talking to Dan Patrick, when Travis Meadows was talking to Dan Patrick about his songs, I was thinking about this podcast that we're doing right now, because that was earlier today.
What?
And just hearing him talk about his life and what went into the songs, and like, I was in this place, and this is what I was thinking of, and that's what led to this song. I'm like, you can tell that with B.J. Barham's songwriting.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell that it's coming from a place of that I was here, and so this is what I was feeling, and this is what I was doing.
I've been in this hole.
Exactly. It's not just, I'm going to write a song from the perspective of a drunk guy and try to imagine what they would be imagining as they are, flushing their life down the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so yeah, that's what our choice for the top 10 American Aquarium and BJ Barham songs. If you have anything you think we should have talked about, then tweet at us and we'll talk about it next week or something. But moving on to the album releases of last week. First, we got Jeff Hyde's Norman Rockwell World. I still need to write the review, but I haven't had any time to do it. It's a really good one. He's written for Eric Church. He wrote Record Year, which just went number one. Is this Eric Church? Who just went number one. It's a good album. It sounds kind of like Eric Church, just without Eric Church's voice. It's just that kind of sound. And then also Caleb Caudle's Crushed Coins. That's a fantastic album.
I still got to get through the rest of it, because I listened to part of it, but I haven't gotten through all of it yet. But it was very good.
Great. Also, they aren't albums, but Casey Musgraves had 2 songs come out, Butterflies and Space Cowboy.
Love them.
Which are both amazing. Yeah, they're fantastic. And then, surprisingly, no shit, Cole Swindell had a song come out that's amazing.
Yeah, it was legitimately surprising.
Yeah, like, because I remember I didn't hear it until Farce and the Music tweeted out, like, I'm actually digging Cole Swindell's new song. I was just like, really? You're going to dig it? And then I listened to it. I was like, holy shit, I love this song. I texted Kevin, and I was like, this is contender for Song of the Year for me. He goes, I don't think it's that good, but it is good.
Yeah, no, like I think it's good. Like it's definitely a good song, but like I mean, I haven't listened to it since I listened to it.
Yeah. If you haven't heard, it's called Break Up in the End, and it's just this song of like, would you relive all of this pain or all of the good knowing that it's going to end with you breaking up, and it's fantastic.
I think it's an interesting idea, but as soon as I got done listening to it, my brain immediately went to Amnesia by Josh Abbott, and I was just like, I like that idea better.
Amnesia.
It's gonna purge your entire existence from my memory.
Yeah, exactly. Amnesia's fantastic. Kevin, what have we been listening to? What have you been doing?
I listened to a lot of Travis Meadows today after seeing that he was on Dan Patrick show and tweeting about it.
Yeah, before we move on, go back and listen to the Travis Meadows song. We'll wait.
Welcome back.
Yep, it was a great episode. I know, we're awesome. But yeah, Travis Meadows is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I haven't been listening. I've been listening to just pretty much American Aquarium, getting ready for this. I haven't listened to... Oh, actually, it's going to be on my playlist tomorrow, Friday's new music, but it came out today. Savannah Conley had a new EP come out, and she is absolutely fantastic. It's all
she released it on a Thursday?
Yeah, it came out today. I was confused. But
How dare
it's a 3-song EP called 2020, and it's really fucking good. But yeah, so I'll have that on the list, the playlist tomorrow. You can find us at countryhodgepodge.com, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, Country Hodgepodge. Spotify, you can find the playlist Hodgepodgecast Picks, which is where we put up every song we talk about on the podcast, so you can listen to them all till your heart's content or whatever. You can also, on the website, or if you search the username Donkey Factory, one word... Terrible name. You can find Kevin's Picks of the Week, where every Monday he uploads 10 different songs that you should be listening to, usually good, sometimes terrible, sometimes the worst ever.
Amazing.
No, yeah, they're good. You can also buy one of our dumb shirts on the site through a link or TeePublic. Just search Country Hodgepodge. Got a nice Sam Hunt Sucks, Walker Hayes Blows, great song, great shirts.
Team Sucks or Team Blows? You choose.
Yeah. I want to see which shirt sells more. You can find me on Twitter at CHP_CliffTron. You can find Kevin on Twitter and Instagram at CHP_Trarch. Please rate and review the podcast on iTunes. It'll help us be discovered, because not that we need to talk numbers on here, but our listenership has gone up every single month. Pretty much. Well, this year for sure it's gotten really good, but other than December, there's a slump last year. Other than that, it's been going up, so we thank everyone who's told anyone to listen
Seriously,
to it.
thank you for
anything.
listening.
Yeah.
Even if you only listen to parts of it, still counts. Love you.
Even if you find us annoying and amateurish like most people, which is fair.
Accurate.
Hey, we've gotten a lot of people saying that the Turnpike episode was funny, where we started it over about 5 times. So, yeah. But anyway, next week we're going to be talking about Sam Hunt, so get ready for that episode.
Yeah, dude.
Until next week, I'm Steve Hodge, as always, joined by Kevin Hodge, the birthday boy, saying goodbye, good night, and good Charlotte.